Hi, hello, welcome back to another episode of Musings podcast. I'm your host Gungu Mildred, and I'm so happy that you've joined me on another Wednesday for another amazing episode. So, yo guys, I'm tired. I know I keep complaining about me being tired all the time, but the past 3 days it has been me watching, recording, editing, watching, recording, editing. So I'm on day 3 of recording this because I want to pre-record them for until I think mid-June, so that I can at least rest for a while without thinking about, what show is supposed to be recorded and when it's supposed. I just want to be done by mid next week. I want to have shows for until mid-June. And I pray to God that is going to work out that way. Because, a girl is tired. So, anyway, before I get into today's episode, I just want to talk about something. Because I'm recording this on the 16th because it's just gotten to midnight. So, 16th of May. And online, there's that whole thing about BN and other artists going to perform in front of Macron and the other leaders who were there for the African summit or something like that. African something. That was happening a couple of days ago. And people are like, Lynn attacked BN and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no, she did not insult him. She said the truth. I feel like our celebrities should understand something. We love you. That's a given. But that also means that we can correct you when you're wrong. Like, we are allowed to. We can't just be cheering for you whenever you do something great. You give us a banger, we'll clap for you, we'll dance. People will make videos. I'm saying people because it can never be me. People will make videos dancing, blah, 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 and we'll encourage it and we'll, give you more views and more views, more sales and all of that. Yes, but when you do something wrong, we are allowed to also have our own feelings and be like, hey, Baba, hapa, you did something nasty. That does not mean that we hate you. It just means that, we acknowledge that you're a human being, but you messed up. You messed up here. The same way when Kate Actress came, was it early this year or late last year? And she was like, I'm so grateful for the Billy Gates, blah, blah, blah. It's a project I've always wanted to work with. And I'm like, what? Everybody was like, what do you mean? This man who uses Africans as his guinea pigs for whatever he wants to do, he's the man that you're aligning yourself with because securing the bank. And people like to say that thing, let him secure the bank, let us secure. To what end? These people are not starving. I know they are millionaires and they want to continue being millionaires, but come on. Because you being millionaires, it means if something happens to you, you can travel out of the country to go and get treatment or whatever. You can run away. But us small people, when you tuko chini, will be the ones who will be left to, take in all the repercussions of what you did. So we have to tell you when you're wrong. We have to say like, hapo ulikosea. So I love being bad baba. Just listen to what people are saying. I know his friends are defending him and stuff like that. I just hope that he won't come out and say something nasty towards Lynn or anybody else who is against him. Like, just take it. Understand that, you did something wrong. You did something that people felt like it was a betrayal to them. Yes, it was good for you, but it was a betrayal for the rest of us who are like, no, it's not okay. Because I'm thinking, people are chanting one term, but I'm starting to get afraid that when it comes to the ballot box next year, hiyo one term itakuwa tu ni huku nje. Lakini mtu akienda kutika atafanya the wrong thing. And then we'll be left with the same government for another 5 years. And if they go the Museveni way, the Mugabe way, the akina nani way, wote wenye nini wa Rwanda and everything, we might end up with a dictator. I just hope that that's not the route that we are taking in the name of securing the bag. Okay, so that's my 2 cents on that topic. I just find it to be so insulting. But what can we do? People should just learn that we are watching. We are your fans. We'll clap for you. We'll encourage you when you're right. But when you're wrong, we have the right to tell you that you're wrong as well. And you can't get offended because you're being told the truth. So, let's get on to today's episode. On today's episode, I'm going to be giving a review of the Nigerian movie Sugar Rush. This movie, I was supposed to watch it a couple of weeks ago when I did Wildflower, and then I had to change them because Wildflower was about to leave Netflix. So I watched Wildflower first and then Sugar Rush now. And not even now, like I was supposed to watch it, I think last year. But then it was removed from Netflix. And I had to cancel it from that day and find something else to watch. And then it came back. So I was finally able to watch it. And I'm glad that I did because I didn't laugh like so much, but it was funny. And it was just chaotic, but good chaotic. Yeah. So I'll encourage you to go and watch it. Sugar Rush is a 2019 Nigerian film written by Bunmi Ajakaye and Jade Osiberu. It's directed by Kayode Kasum and produced by Jade Osiberu and Abimola Craig. The cast members include Adesua Etomi, she plays Susie Sugar. Bimbo Ademoye plays Bola Sugar. Bisola Ayeola plays Sola Sugar. Idowu Phillips plays Rhoda Sugar. Omoni Oboli plays Mrs. Maduke. Uzo Arukwe plays Knight. Jide Kosoko plays Chief Douglas. Latif Adedimeji plays Pala or Kpala. I don't know how you say that name. It's Kpala. Mawuli Gava plays Dan. Ochemba Williams plays Obum. Toby Bakre plays Andy. Toke Makinwa plays Gina. Banky W plays Anikulapo, amongst other cast members. Now, if you love spoilers like me, go ahead listening to this, go ahead watching this. If you do not like spoilers, go right now to Netflix, watch the movie Sugar Rush, then come back here and tell me if you agree with me or not, because this is official spoiler alert. Now, this movie, Sugar Rush, is just a funny, crazy movie. Like, it has a lot of drama. They say action because there was a little bit of that as well. But it was just crazy, 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 crazy in a good way. Now, it follows these three sisters. They're broke, like broke, 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 broke. We start with them being hung from this post. I don't know, all three of them. And there's this woman talking down on them, telling them that they stole from her, blah, blah, blah. Now, we go back before that moment. So, they are broke. Their mom, Rhoda Sugar, is sick. She is suffering from cancer and they've been looking for money. So the most sane of the three sisters is Susie. So Susie, I call her Susie because Susie sounds funny. Susie is the most like mature and the rest are just cartoon characters. So she's the one who's like trying hard. So at the beginning, she goes to this man's house, Chief Douglas. I don't know if it was his house or office. And she has this thing in a suitcase, you know, trying to get him to buy it. I don't know, it's one of a kind, blah, blah, blah. It was a con. But then he gives her $2,000 and a card for an invite for a party at his place, I think the next day. And then later on, the sister, that is Sola, she's in the house and she's listening to this pastor pray about, you know, casting the devil and, you know, calling your blessings and saying by force, like I'm going to be a millionaire by force, blah, 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 stuff like that. And she's praying for that while she's painting the bottom of her shoes red so that it can look like Louboutins or whatever they're called. So, and then she leaves because there was this other friend that was at this restaurant working there. And she was like, yeah, the chief is here. So she goes to meet the chief and she pretends like, okay, she hits the waitress and the drink that the waitress was carrying pours on her and she starts yelling in front of the chief, blah, blah, blah. She even ends up sitting on the chief, which was crazy. But anyway, the chief gives her like 50K and then invites her for the party as well. So Sola leaves and goes to this place to eat, or she was in the same place. Then this guy, her former boyfriend or something, was it Andy? I think that was Andy, is there and they are partying and stuff. He's a stupid guy. Let me just say that because they were there eating and partying, and when she's about to leave, he stops her and asks her for money, like 50K. I was like, what kind of a guy is this? And then all of a sudden a fight erupts and Susie has to help the sister. So anyway, fast forward the next day, they're going to Chief Douglas's place for the party. So both of them, they meet there and they're like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm the one who wanted to get this guy, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, they end up in the house and it's dark. There are no lights on and stuff. So they start using their phone torches and stuff. And then they find bodies on the floor. So the chief is there and his bodyguards, they have all been shot. And then they realize that there's money on the floor and they follow it, and there's money under the bed in a bag. So they take all, was it under the bed or under a couch? They take that bag of full of cash and they leave. Outside the chief's house were these two police officers. I don't know, CC or something like that. They work for the government. They're policemen or police officers, something. So that is Obum and Dan. So they're there, and Dan was like tired because they had been staking out the place the entire day, I think. And so Obum is tired and Dan is tired, but Dan goes like, I'm going to sleep fast. You watch out for what is happening. The moment Dan sleeps, Obum sits for a while and he's restless. He leaves the car, goes and buys something to eat, then comes back and he also falls asleep. So while the ladies were getting inside the house, they did not see them. While they were getting out with a bag full of cash, they did not see them. They go to their home and eventually they wake up. Dan wakes up and finds that Obum is also asleep. It's like, what is happening? Why did you fall asleep? They start arguing. The ladies, on the other hand, they go home, they count the money, and it's 800,000 US dollars. So they're happy and they're celebrating and stuff. So Susie had a plan. She wanted to leave Nigeria and go to the UK to live there so that the mom can get the best treatment as possible. And that's why she was just trying to buy medication. This conning people and stuff, she was trying to get money to buy medication for her mom so that they can, before they get enough money to leave for the UK. And they are celebrating. So she's just thinking about that, how she has to help the mom get the treatment that she needs, how they have to leave for the UK. While Sola is just like, she's going to spend that money on expensive things. She was extravagant with expensive taste. She wanted Gucci, she wanted Louis Vuitton, she wanted everything that is good and expensive. The other sister, Bola, comes in while they're celebrating with this money, and she also sees it and she starts yelling, blah, blah, blah. And then they tell her to stop. So they talk about it like, this is our money, yes. And they decide, okay, time to have fun. So as I said, Susie is the only one who's mature enough for these people. So she's like, we have to use this money carefully and we can't post it on social media. No photos on social media, not post on social media about this money. And so the next day they go to buy a car. They went to buy a car, but they did not leave that place with cars. Each and every one of them had chosen a car, but they didn't end up buying them. And so they left and they went back home, but they bought a mansion, like with a pool and everything, something that they'd always wanted, especially Sola. So they are celebrating there and they're taking photos. That is Sola and Bola. They're taking photos, and Susie is telling them not to post them, not to talk about this on social media. Later on, they're at the house, they bring their mom, and Susie tells the mom that she's sitting, house sitting for her boss. But then Sola goes like, oh, she got a good bonus at work and that's why we could be able to afford this house. Like, they were just not listening to Susie, like, at all. So while at the house, Susie decides to go and buy more medication for the mom. She leaves the sisters and tells them not to do anything stupid, not to get on social media and stuff like that. She leaves and goes away. The sisters decide to throw a party, which attracts like everybody their age, people they used to party with. And that broke boyfriend of Sola's, he also comes with his friends and they're all there. And Bola is showing this online. She's on Instagram. Well, they didn't say Instagram, but she was on something live, whether TikTok live or Instagram live. She was live somewhere. And she's telling people like, this is my sister, this is my house, this is our party, blah, blah, blah. And of course, these people didn't have money. And people know that they used to con people here and there. And now, from nowhere, they've gotten money. People at the party were talking. And so when Susie comes back and finds all this chaos, she's like, what did you do? I told you not to. But Bola and Sola, they don't care. They're just there having the time of their lives, shouting and partying and dancing and doing all of these crazy things. Now, the next day, they wake up in the morning and there's a knock on the door. Susie opens the door and it's the EACC. That is the police people. I don't know. So they're like, we have a warrant to search your house. and she realizes that Sola is coming down the stairs. Sola, who had woken up next to that broke boyfriend of hers that she had decided she didn't want to see again. So Susie, as smart as she is, she yells like, "EACC, what are you doing in our house? What do you have us? Why do you have a search warrant? Blah blah blah." She goes back upstairs, wakes that guy up. Actually, he was up by that time. Asks him to leave the place because the police are there, and he takes his clothes and is about to leave. She takes the bag from the wardrobe and she goes to the bathroom to hide it. There was like a thing in the ceiling that you could open. She hides the bag there. This boy comes back to pick something and he sees where the money has been kept. He didn't even know that it was money, but he saw the bag being hidden and he knew something was there. So he leaves. She hides it. The people, the EACC, they search, they find nothing, but they take them to the police custody either way to question them. Nothing. When they're leaving, Dan sees them and he sees that face, like Susie's face. There's this other guy who is like the IT person, and they go to him and they find a camera because when Obum woke up, he had left his phone recording, but the battery ran out. So when he goes to that IT guy, they see a video from the neighbor and it shows Susie and Sola coming out of that mansion with a bag. They are called by the head of their police station, that is Mrs. Maduke, and she's about to fire them when they go like, "Hey, we have evidence." She goes with them to the IT guy and that file is just missing. So the ladies have arrived home. The moment they get in the house, it's dark. Their mom is sitting there in the dark, and while they approach her, these men come from the sides, and they are surrounded. And these men, being led by Knight, they're like, "I want my money." The way he was talking, I hated his voice in this movie, and so he's like, "I want my money." So this girl starts crying and they're like, "We don't know." He takes out a gun and he pulls Bola near him and he's about to shoot her. So Bola goes like, "We don't have your money. We don't have your money. We have your money, but I'm not the one who stole it from you. It's my sisters Sola and Susie who got the money, blah, 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 blah." She payukas everything. So, of course, now the guy knows, "Oh, you have my money. Where is it?" Susie goes like, "We have used some of it." "How much?" 150,000 USD. And the mom is there and she's surprised like her daughters did this. And so this man goes like, "Okay, I'm going to allow you to go and get the rest of the money." So Ola goes to that place she had put the money, it's missing. That man came back and took it. So she goes back to Night and goes like, "The money is missing, but I know who has it. I'm going to go and get it for you." So that guy takes the mom and tells her, "I'm giving you 5 days. If you do not bring my money, I'm going to kill your mom." So they go looking for Andy. I think that's Andy. They go looking for him and they find him and then he starts running. They run after him, calling after him. And then when they just get him at the end, he throws the money to somebody on a motorbike and it's gone. Then while they're asking him who that is, he's hit by a car and right there and then he dies. After they've been asking him who he threw the money to and slapping him and stuff, but no, he does not say the name, and that's it. He dies. So they go back home. The moment they arrive at home, again, Dan and Obum, they're out there. They are outside their house, and they taser them and they put them in the back of their pickup or truck or whatever, and they take them somewhere to start questioning them. They realize that what is happening is a crime because they are police officers. If they had evidence, they would have, used it already. And so they tell them to release them. They're released. They're taken back home. So they go. Just before again they enter the house, somebody else takes them again. And this is, was it Gina? I think it was Gina this time, who had sent her people to come and kidnap them. So they are taken to this room. Now that moment where the movie begins with them being, tied to the ceiling somewhere. So this lady tells them that she's Chief Douglas's daughter and they stole her dad's money and she wants it back. But not just from her, not just that money. They also want money from this, I think, Anikulapo family, and I don't know, it was just crazy. And so they're like, "Okay, we are going to steal it from you." This is Susie saying that fine, because she's just thinking of their mom who is in trouble because of them. So they agree. While they get home again, the police officers, Dan and Obum, they try to taser them again, but this time he falls down. That is Obum. The ladies take the taser and they start tasing them. So they talk, and Susie goes like, we can help each other. We can help you close this case about this. That is Anikulapo family or something. So they agree, they come up with a plan, and they go to the party that these guys were having so that they can move the money. So they get to the party and they pretend blah blah blah, they mask themselves in the party, and they end up leaving with a bag that is Susie and Dan, thinking that that is the bag that has the money, but it didn't have the money. So I don't know how Bola could see, because these people, the car they had the money in, the suitcases that had the money, it was very different. I don't know how Bola could see, because it was an invisible car. And these people are all invisible, but Bola could see them. So she went and got into the car with these people. And then I don't know what she did to those guys. They fell out. And she started calling for the sisters, and they come, they get into the car, and they go to take the money to the lady. I think that is Gina. When they arrived there, the car is still invisible. They were driving on a highway in Nigeria in an invisible car. They get to that place where Gina is, and Susie goes like, we have your money, but I'm asking you to give me some of it because there's somebody else who needs it. And while they're arguing, night appears and they start arguing. While they're still arguing, somebody else appears. While they're still arguing, and Nikulapo appears, and then Mrs. Maduke appears. All of these people wanted this money, which was so crazy and so hectic, but all of them wanted the money. They start fighting. This guy, Anikulapo, the bullets do not hit him. They go to hit him and they fall on the floor. Like, the bullets were falling off of him, like bouncing off of him. And he's the one who could control the car from being, like invisible and to be visible. And it was just crazy. I don't know what kind of juju he was using. But anyway, long story short, they shoot each other and they tie up Dan and Susie. The others ran. And so they tie them up. They had gotten their mom back. They tie these two people up, and he goes like, burn them. One of the gang members from Anikulapo's team, he's the one who's remaining with them, tying them up, pouring fuel all around them to light up. And then Bola comes and they hit him and he falls down, and they start running. So while they're running, this man still uses his lighter to light up the fuel, and the car explodes. So these guys fall and they run, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So they had arrested Mrs. Maduki, the head of the officers. That is the only person they were able to arrest. Everybody else either was dead or disappeared. I do not know. It was crazy. That last moment, it was just all hectic. And so they end up taking her in. The sisters, they go back home and they pack and they leave. The bag that Nikulapo had gotten, thinking that that was his money, he gets to his house or wherever and opens the suitcases and finds that it's just money on top. The rest is just papers and papers and papers. He hadn't gotten the money. The sisters had ran away with the money, and I think they had divided it amongst themselves. So that trip they wanted to take to the UK, I think they took it because it showed them running into a car and that car leaving, and I'm sure definitely they were running off to the UK, and that's where the movie ends. So it was a nice movie, very chaotic, loved it. Laughed a couple of times. Obum was just stupid all through. Like, he's the one who's providing the comedy. And yeah, it was great. The sisters were chaotic as well. Very noisy, especially Bola and Sola. Very, very noisy. But I saw myself in Susie because I was like, I would have been the one trying to keep this boy in check. And they're just wasting the money and being loud all about it. There's a reason why they tell you if you win the lottery, you have to lay low for a couple of months, like 6 months before you start using it. So that people do not start questioning, like, where did you get the money? And when you start using it kidogo, kidogo. You just don't be splashy and everything. These people had a party. For what? I do not understand. Like, if they were just at home, calm, moved to that new house and stayed calm, I don't think anyone would have found out that they had gotten the money unless they watched that video from the neighbor's house. So yeah, maybe that would have given them away. But I don't think they could have gotten in all this trouble if that hadn't happened. But yeah, so it was just it was funny but very, very chaotic. I'll urge you to go and watch it. It's rated 16. You can watch it with whoever you want to watch it with and you'll have fun. So go and watch it. It's a lovely movie. If you love chaos, you're going to love it. You're going to laugh about it. There wasn't a lot of things. The acting was good from all the sisters, and I loved them. This is the first time I saw Mawuli Gava being just stupid. It's not like the kind of movie I would have thought that he would act. You have to have range as an actor, right? So I give him that. But yeah, I don't remember any music from this movie, honestly. Maybe it's because of all the chaos. I don't know. But anyway, they tried. They did a good job. The acting was great. And yeah, you couldn't just predict, especially at the end, you couldn't predict that all these other people are just going to come out for this money. And then the invisible car and the bullets falling off of this guy. Yo, that is crazy, 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 crazy. But yeah, I have nothing else to say. I'll give it a 6 out of 10 just because it was funny. But it's long. It's 2 hours. And that's just not worth it. I don't know. I had to watch it because of the review. But any other time, I don't think I would have. Unless I had people watching it and I was just like, yeah, let me watch it too. But I wouldn't have decided to just watch the movie, honestly. Because 2 hours is just too long. But most Nigerian movies are usually 2 hours long. So yeah, go and watch it if you want to. It's on Netflix. Sugar Rush. Then come back here and tell me if you agree with me or not. And remember to comment in the comment section down below. Tell me your thoughts. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok, Mimi's Musings Podcast. Remember that I'm baking. Remember that I'm cooking. If you want me to do either of those things for you at a fee, please DM me on Mimi's Musings Podcast and I'll do it for you. And then come back. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications so that whenever I upload something new, you're going to be amongst the first people to come and watch. Okay? Bye-bye now.